Now we're all good. All right.
We have all our stream fluids?
Yes, we have. Oh my god. You know what? No, I'm leaving that in. Hi everyone. Welcome to episode 3, the episode featuring stream fluids. That's how we're starting it. I hope you're proud, Reina.
Shame is for the weak.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, the people demanded more Lunkocheron, and I assume, and we have come to deliver it.
All right, and if the people did not demand it, then they shall receive it anyway.
Then they shall receive more of it anyway, because it is important and vital that they receive as much of it as possible. Reina, how are you doing today? Would you like to say anything?
I'm doing all right.
Anything to the folks before we begin?
Hi. I hope you're all doing well, and if you're not, I hope it gets better. I guess.
I was going to do a big introduction for you, then I realized, wait, this is episode 3 in a series. If they don't know who you are by now, then I don't know if I can help them with that. You know? It's like we've done everything we can at this point.
Also, I feel like if I was going to scare them off at this point, it would have already happened.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Chapter 7 time. Septum. Not like the bone, but like 7. It's not a septum. It's
little known fact is what the bone's named after as well, because there's 7 of them.
I don't believe you.
Also, they've been using a different language for each of the numbers here.
I've been wondering if that. Okay,
That's so clever.
Yeah, they're far enough apart that I couldn't like mentally keep track of all of them, and but yeah, that definitely makes sense. Septum. I can do nothing but watch Hanashiro as their hair grows and swallows them whole. Is this Lunkocheron's family then?
This, I assume, is Lunkocheron saying this, or Lunkocheron's brother. Because they're referring to Mother, and they don't know what Mother did. And Mother did something to Hanashiro in terms of, right?
Yeah.
I may not know, Mother, what you have done, but I know you have hurt someone I told to trust me. My son. You are not welcome here, and if you return, I will gut you like deer. You chose to have no part in my life for 23 years. You do not have the right to enter it here. Now, Nissan, I'm sure we can... Suzume, I hope you live long and well, but I will not hesitate to show you fear should you ever come near. I'm telling you now to leave. I shan't repeat myself again. Worthless, ungrateful child.
Mama snarls, but they wrap up my dying immortal mother and their precious only-born son, and they leave. But not without this.
Well, isn't this from Lunkocheron's perspective? Oh yeah, you were doing that anyway.
Yeah, we were doing that anyway. Just to keep it easier to figure out.
Yeah, sorry, it's just been a bit and I've forgotten.
No, yeah, I feel you. My mother says,
when I die, I will die without regrets, because at least I tried. No, Mother.
I say,
if you wanted me to forgive you, you would have had to take the blame. You, without shame to the end, are saying it wasn't your fault. How you didn't raise me. How you left me comatose for 3 years in a room that did nothing but collect dust and rust and rust. Forsaken like a forgotten shrine. If I had died before my time, you wouldn't have even known, or you would have said it was the gods' fault and not your own. If the only way you could survive eternity was by kidding yourself you were blameless through all these years, then die, Mother, in the Sakura shade of fear.
Is Lunkocheron rhyming?
Absolutely.
Is this slam poetry?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this what slam poetry is like? I think I've come around to the genre. I shut them out of the house and do what I should have back then. I ward the house from prying eyes using paper talismans. Uneasily comforted by the scent of Hanashiro in my nose, some sort of smoky ginger and sharp scallion tempered by the raw sugarcane of their sweat and the summer cloud of their hair. I can smell them. So they're here. I am losing my composure. I can feel it in my flattened ears. But before I can look for Hanashiro, I know who is here. I have to make sure they're safe. I know I joked when I told them to trust me. They shouldn't have trusted me. You shouldn't have trusted me, Hanashiro. I check every room in the house for you. It is methodical at first, every corner, every room. The scent growing stronger in the bedroom. But the bedroom has the least places to hide. The only room that is upstairs, my little lair, which is just a living tree woven nest of pillows and blankets. And that's about it. Nothing for the rest. There's a bit of floor space where I've always meant to get a rug, where the lights from below the house glow, but I think nothing of it. I think of it.
Shiro-sama, please, they've left. You may come out now.
Silence. I look at the house, unseeing, because there aren't many places to hide. Barely any furniture beyond what my fucking family used to stay here without my permission. None given, just futons on the tatami mats. 3 to a room because even my dying immortal mother knew better than to sleep in my bed. Cats are territorial, he said. She once said.
Shiro-sama, please, will you come out?
The tremulous agitation in my voice rings like a koto string. I don't know you, Shiro-sama, but I know you have been wronged. Why have I, then, taken it out on myself to right what has been wronged? When I've never given a damn before now. A song is a song is a song, but cicadas sing differently than birds. And do swans sing at all? A swan song is what a swan sings before it falls. Have I just heard a swan song? Swimming swan, carry on, you must carry on. You have been pick-rotted and toothily abandoned, but you, even if you don't know, you must know. So have I. I don't know what to do, so I clear room by room, checking for swans beneath the kotatsu, the pleather couch, the chase lounge, the lanterns, the crowd of swarming butterflies, taking root in the outside, netted room, the one I wanted to show you so we could watch through the veil the sakura bloom. I tear the house apart, room by room, nothing.
Hanashiro, please say something. Please, will you please say something? Hanashiro, make some sort of sound. I need to know. I need to know. Hanashiro, you and I are alone. Not just now, but you and I, we're alone. Birds of a feather. I know we are. I know. Together. Hanashiro, please. Hanashiro, neither of us have a place to call home. Neither of us ever have known. I think, and do I presume to know, that you want me, and not who you see when you look at me. Is it too much to presume that you want me?
I tear down the curtains, knocking on walls feverishly until I stop hearing the hollow sound, but nothing but knocking. Nothing but my silent feet padding along.
Can I talk freely? Hanashiro, my mother is an immortal, you know. She said she thought she was the last once, the type of immortal that belonged here, unlike ye who have been cast from the heavens, who came here to play and sway to 7, not stay till the never-ending heaven on unearth, always to question your worth. And if it is true that you do not belong here, where cataclysms kill, more than even heaven is worth.
I start knocking on the floors, watching the auroras for flickers of dimmed light, as though feverish.
The child of an immortal is rarely an immortal, but my mother had hoped I would be, though she said such children were sickly, and even then, at 5, half till 10, I was a strong and healthy child, if quiet. If the child is to become an immortal, they have to succumb to eternal slumber, mother said, an unwakeable sleep, because of some god foolishness. I hiss at all the myths, though I know some must be true. It doesn't matter if it was true.
So, just another quick sidebar on here. So, we've got... Lunkodron was referring earlier to being left alone by their mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
For an extended period. This does seem to be like an abusive... Yeah, not just being left for 23 years, but they mentioned something even when they were younger about
left
being
comatose.
Left in the yeah. So it seems like there might have been Lunkotron might have been abused by a mother as a child here. is what I'm taking from that. I don't know if that's the right reading at the moment, but...
Even the way Longtime says, like, you must know that I too, right? To Hanashiro?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. My hands are torn, bloody, and splintered from the timberwood floors, trembling viciously. Nothing. No sound. Nothing. The tremor worsens, but I can still smell you.
It mattered that my mother believed. And by the time my brother was born, when I was age 4, so a year before she told me the lore, she had already stopped believing in the son she'd birthed, whose worth she was supposed to see true due after morning new. But by the time he was old enough to speak, I knew even at age 7 how it would be. Suzume is Mama's child, so she loved him best. And because my mother loved Mama, she also loved him best.
Your scent changes, moves. It feels like it's listening, like there's movement in the air, like a wildflower breeze through a cavern. I can feel it. I circle the bedroom until I'm lying on the floor, knocking.
I was 20 when I got sick. Nothing to do about it. I lost the ability to get out of bed. I lost the ability to be fed. Because I was forgotten when I didn't assert myself at the dinner table, which I never did. I hid and hid. I went hungry, and one day I fell asleep and didn't wake up.
My eyes burn and seethe. I wipe at them.
3 years I didn't wake up, and when I did, I woke to an undisturbed room. So long forgotten, there was dust on the goddamn doorknob. The silver of it had tainted. The window had gotten dirty with the last of the acidic rains, stained and forgotten, abandoned. I choked on cobwebs around the canopy, and I woke to a lively house outside me, my brother laughing.
Oh. I laugh, and then I hear it. The choked back sound of crying.
Shiro-sama?
The lightest of touches up from below. That is where to go. I tear the floorboards apart before I realize there's a door and a crawl space opening before me. Below me, nestling in golden auroric light, a god. You choke back sobs, in your arms a living, sleeping rabbit. Your guts are torn out and empty, the flesh and stuttering, pulsing. There are no intestines, there are no organs. Only the petals of lost viscera, a nest with the matted pattern of petal that says, "A rabbit lived here." I take the rabbit from your arms and open the glass-windowed wall, letting it leap from my arms and into the Feywilds.
Shiro-sama,
I say, leaning down. You snap up like a viper, snatching my throat, and I go limp, and I let you strangle me. It hurts so fucking bad my eyes water, and I gasp and wheeze until I stumble, standing, and drag you with me out of the crawl space, the debris. You let go as spots fill my vision and my cheeks prickle with numbness, and as I gasp, catching my breath, you smack me full in the face. I can't help it. I laugh.
Your bare hand.
You look confused.
Oh.
Wait,
yeah,
did we get this backwards? Okay, alright. From the top.
Bare, your bare hand.
You look confused.
Yes, what of it?
Your your skin.
I cough, doubled over, losing my shit.
I have skin.
You touched me with your skin.
And you like that.
Oh God, yes, do it again.
You don't even ask. You just smack me on the cheek, and I'm calm and smitten and a little hot between the hips. It hurts, but the fucking open-handed sound of your palm against my cheek makes my knees weak.
I liked it too.
You say, almost wry, almost shy.
Thank fucking God you're alive.
It's not as though I can die right now. Today, not for another some odd years. 10, I think. A little less.
I don't want to think about that.
You made a mess.
You sniff.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I was worried. You don't have to be a little bitch.
Me, I'm the bitch who said they'd just kill their entire family if they ever saw them again.
I bet you don't even have a family.
I say, and instantly regret it. That has the big energy of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna turn this insult back around on you.
I'm a genius.
Whoops.
Oh no.
Saying, "Oh, I hope you enjoy your food too," to your server energy. Oh no.
Calling your teacher mom.
Oh god. Yeah.
Hanging up with your boss and ending the call with "I love you."
Yeah, it's definitely got that energy, doesn't it?
No.
Falling at once.
You say.
I don't know what it's like to have a family. But you're right, in a way. The two of us were ugly ducklings, led us to nets that no one would ever believe would ever become something.
You look up at me, clear-eyed as a babbling brook.
I became a swan that never sang. I was mute throughout most of my childhood. Sometimes I still find myself mute again.
Hanashiro swishes their 3 kitsune tails.
That's one more tail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hanashiro keeps getting tons of tails here.
Tail plus plus.
Extra tails.
It is interesting how, in this short period of time, way more than all the countless time he spent otherwise, right?
Right, that he's quick. I gotta wonder if something happens when he gets to 9. I'm not familiar with the folklore, but I have to assume that what would that represent, like how far he is along his journey of life?
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just grappling at things
Maybe.
here.
Like, there's definitely something going on, right?
Yeah,
It's-
yeah, and it seems. Go ahead,
I was just
I'm
going to say, it's better to have an idea if it's wrong, even just to mull over.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, what I mean to say
Anyway.
is that I've heard what you said and I agree. I think it's too late for me. But I offer to teach you Amayuri's secrets and what power I know. So that you could leave, so that you could free yourself from Shiriku's trust. So that maybe I could have someone, if only for.
I do want you like that.
I say.
For, lust and shit. Like, I'd be lying if I haven't jacked it thinking of fucking your thighs, but that's not what I want. That's not why.
Why then?
You say, looking at me with too much cleverness to be guileless.
Because you're funny. You're weird and interesting and, like, openly bitchy, and it's fucking hilarious to be around you because you make me stupid. You're such an idiot, you make me stupid. When I... Oh.
Yeah, okay, that line is Hanashiro there.
Yeah.
When I first met you,
Yeah.
I thought, are you stupid or am I? I think we're bringing it out into each other.
The idiot?
I laugh.
Yes, the horny idiot.
You got me there.
I smile. I say,
You make me laugh, and you cooked for me. Even when you didn't know, you cooked for me. It's hard. I don't know how to...
No, she never ate with me. He didn't either. Do you want to know the story?
Yeah, but can you, like, make it magic and clean my house that I tore up for you? Esteemed and gracious Shiro-sama? Most merciful and proud Shiro-sama?
Hanashiro rolls their eyes.
Yes, fine.
Draw a bath for me, will you, darling?
Piss.
Oh, wait, no. Wait, cause looking ahead a few lines.
Oh.
Yeah, that actually starts with
Draw me
Hanashiro.
a bath, will you,
So
darling?
Are you, like, going to get naked in front of me? Can I also?
That depends on how big your bath is.
Not very.
I mope. Hanashiro produces the most long-suffering sigh.
We'll manage. I'll bend space-time. Just a little bit. Happy?
As a treat.
Kiss, kiss?
Hanashiro offers their cheek, and it is only the tremor in the soft flesh of their arm that gives away what just happened. Their gored stomach has sealed back up, good as new, and I pinch the fat of it between my fingers while Hanashiro ensnares the knob of my wrist between their extended claws and nips into it with just a little. And then I twist my pinch of stomach, and they pinch until their claws touch a neat tiny hole in my wrist. And I yowl and flap my hand to loosen it.
That was so mean.
Our acquaintance. Have you ever seen me being nice?
Yes.
Hanashiro scrunches their brow.
When?
Just kiss me.
I say that, but then I lean down to kiss their mouth as it opens for a retort. And because their soft lips are already open, it's easy to deepen the kiss. Make it rich and sweltering, just with a soft swipe of the tongue. When I pull back, Hanashiro chases me with opened mouth kisses, desperately tender. Hanashiro turns away, wiping their mouth.
I'm filthy. Wash me, serpent.
Oh, Almighty Shiro-sama wants to be spoiled?
Almighty Shiro-sama is covered in blood and spiders, and the most immense delight of your puny mortal life were like some pajamas and freshly scented soap.
Oh, well, if the Almighty says so.
Oh, I love their energy so much.
The different color.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been changing every couple chapters. It changes sometimes, but not others, and I don't...
Kochiron's chapters are the black, and the purple ones are Hanashiro's.
So what are we at now, though?
Ah. Interesting.
I am fooling myself to think that I am fooling anyone. Because the moment we step into that bathroom, Lone Kochiron knows something is wrong.
Do you know who I am?
They say. My eyes slide away, but then they focus.
The cat who holds the pearl of all world's grace, heaven's divine lace. The tracery of fate all within a pearl, the pearl of the end of the world, the Tsubaki pearl.
What are you talking about, Shiro-sama?
Nothing, I don't remember what just happened. I know you, though. I know you. I always have known you in any shape when you happen to meet. It was not sex, but wash my hair, will you?
If my lord so requires it.
Lone Kochiron drawls. I have restored the house to its previous state, and the bathroom has a dinky little shower above a generous bathtub, and I undress without the slightest sense of self-consciousness while Tsubame fills the tub. The vanity has these pearl-shaped lights and a counter like a cracked geode with erupting amethyst, fitting for a conversation like this. Completely nude, I nudge Tsubame aside, stepping into the claw-footed tub and reaching up to open the window. The sound of cicadas rings through the air. The summer of it. How fair. How fair. The fragrance of the night air is calming. That of the humid moss and the spice of the ancient wood and the wonder of what's out there. I know, of course, the horrors of the world. I know what happens when you don't let a swan's wings unfurl, and a swan that already can't sing. I know how deathful it is to live in the world.
The bath is ready, Shiro-sama.
I step in, but before I do, I undo Lone Kochiron's robes, sliding them off their shoulders and invite them in with a hand. I look at them, the scars across their chest, the twin Nekomata tails, sable-tipped with a cream color along the longer lines. I kiss them with more warmth than heat, and I invite them to touch me, placing one of their hands on my soft waist. They drizzle shampoo into their palms and start running their hands through my hair with purely functional motions until I lean my head against their hard chest.
Lone Kochiron, what is it that you want to know about me?
Nothing you would not give.
It doesn't matter right now what happened to me once, but it matters what will. In 10 years, Tsubame Lone Kochiron, when the camellias fall, I will die. You can ask me why.
I don't want to.
I nod, and their hands tremble as they run conditioner through my hair, and then their palms run their way down my back. I nuzzle my face into their shoulder where a hard, knotted burn scar resides.
Is one reason to live enough to counter the 1,000 to die?
I ask.
No.
Tsubame says.
I would know. No, it isn't.
I knew that. I already knew that.
But
Tsubame says, soaping up my shoulders, running the bubbles down my soft arms.
it's a place to start.
How do I start then?
I say, kissing the knobby bone of their shoulder joint. Tsubame rests their cheek atop my head.
You start like this, with one wish. What do you desire, Hanashiro?
I wish I could remember why I was alive. What left is there to strive for when I see myself? I see myself only in the patterns of what was once done to me. And what forever will be, will be. I want to stop thinking about Shirayuri when you touch me, Tsubame-chan, because...
I take a breath, and I feel at my spine, my tails flicker, number, and rise. 9.
Because I wanted to be us, and I wanted us to be something other than what once was. But I don't know anything outside of what once was. I want to look at you and stop remembering because you aren't him. You aren't Shirayuri, and I'm not 13 anymore. I'm not 13, 15, 16, done, 19, still 21. I made myself into someone even though I lost someone. And that someone was me. I'm somebody else now, but I'm still somebody.
Six
9.
tails all of a sudden.
Yeah.
In addition.
Yeah.
That's
and
a lot.
I like the way Hanashiro describes trying to move past... It seems like moving past the trauma of a terrible relationship.
By relationship, we mean assault.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, yes. Sorry. Yes. That is a more accurate way of putting it. My 9 foxtails shiver and flick, and the points of my horns shine.
There's still a lot of messy stuff because they were in a relationship before then too, though. That doesn't help.
It's not something pretty and clean, obvious, or even by which I mean way of describing it and getting into all the minutia.
Where were we again?
Let me. My 9 foxtails shiver and flick, and the points of my horns shine.
I was somebody then, even when no one noticed me. Someone who gave me advice. Once, their name was Saigo no Ran, and they were a cat too. And I don't remember it. If it was a dream, just another dream of you. Before we met, who I regret. I can't say I don't know why. But they said that what happened to me, what the white rabbit did, he could have only ever done in the willful ignorance of everyone around me. Every Amayuri in the vicinity. They were those who knew better and didn't. Like Shirigiku, who refused to and still refuses to see the immortal, the scholar, the cultivator of heavenly knowledge, the archivist, the librarian, the academic and her guide through the last university where they studied Heaven's Net.
I laugh, but the sound rumbling against Lund Kocheron's thin chest.
But the irony, the sheer irony, is that I know more about Heaven's Net than Shirigiku ever will. I've seen the threads. I know how they move. I've heard their songs, and that I can prove. He was a good mentor, Usagi Shiro. He cared for her like a daughter, a wolf in his pack, a wolf he sent back home to hunt, and while he was alone, hunted for himself. Little unspeaking creatures he'd tangle up in his words, in his songs, until they had nothing of their own and nowhere to belong. Usagi Shiro was never a wolf, but he raised one.
I smile and I look into the Hotaru Mori, the firefly forest, spiced with the night wind.
Now I'm speaking of myself, or of she, even her, Shirigiku.
You are a fox, Hanashiro, just as cunning as one, and it's what you needed to become. No one can begrudge you that, what you needed to become. so that someday you could come back.
Longtime kisses me then, full on the lips, breath warm like fey wine, as smoothly burning as plum sake.
I don't know where you've been, but I know you're here. And I know you can see the past, and I know you have seen it, and come back.
I say nothing, but I know they're right. It's not an uncomfortable silence.
Ask me. Ask me what you're going to ask. I don't want it anymore.
I ease back, still in their arms, under the showerfall that's
I'm pretty sure
cold.
that was the
wind
line, actually. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. That is a Longtime line.
Okay.
All right, from the top.
Ask me what you were going to ask. I don't want it anymore.
I ease back, still in their arms, under the showerfall that's run cold, the wind tickling my bare shoulders. I wrap my 9 tails around us both, soaked through as they are, but glowing with foxfire. Longtime takes a breath.
Do you still want it? What you asked me for when I asked you how to take down Shiragiku?
My voice is steady
the question is
and
if
even.
You do.
Now Longtime is silent.
I just want to go home. I want to say tadaima and have someone say okaeri nasai. I want this house. I want to take back my sanctuary, this house my family has invaded. I want to live here with you and know that I don't have to live in terror of my family finding me again, that my mother is dead if not dying, and I never had anyone else. You, Shiro-sama, have reminded me what desire is, what it is to desire, to want something for myself, and that something is for you to have a home. I want you to go home. I want you to feel like you have a place in this world, that you belong in this world, that you belong. And I want that future to be with me, but it doesn't have to be, as long as you have that future at all.
One
reason.
Huh.
One reason to live is not enough to counter the 1,000 to die.
Yeah.
But it's a place to start. It makes you ask, why? Why do I have to die? Why does this one thing make me feel as though in this uncelestial sphere I have somewhere to go? I have a home. If only for a moment, but that moment brings moments more and reasons more and feelings more of being at home. I heard once one Empress of Heaven say that holy is in our hearts alone to her. Holy was enough to live, holy was home. In the country of heaven, the kingdom in the country of heaven where heavenly lilies, Amayuri reside in.
Oh wait, this is Longtime trying to comfort Hanashi. Yeah.
I don't believe in holy, but I believe in home. And I don't think home is in our hearts and in our hearts alone, but I do think you could possibly, someday maybe, find it in the slow ash and the burning hearth and the glow. Oh, woe of those that have passed and the dearth of those holy lives that we should have lived whole. But I think maybe you could find that here, in a splintered cottage overrun by ivy, in an unmarked path in the firefly forest where we could.
Longtime does not look at me.
We could help each other be home, and sometimes we'll leave it, and you'll go back to if, where, and when, and here, there, and then, and you'll go back to not knowing, but when you return, I will be here for you. You will say, Tadaima, and I will say, Okaeri nasai, and then we can be home together, if only until you leave again.
Longtime shuts off the shower, since we're both shivering, and they find us undergarments and 2 soft yukata. And with our feet still wet, we pad across the lights floating underneath the floorboards, illuminated less with spirits and now with the fierce, violet and gold glow of foxfire, imitated menace, ire. But its light is so gentle, so warm, feather touch, a whisper, much softer than the screaming that went on today, when both of us stopped being prey. My yukata is patterned with a tsubaki, and I am still decided on will happen. I am still decided on what will happen 10 years from now. I know what will happen. I know what I will make happen, but for once, for just a second, I imagine something else. I think of living here, of inhabiting my body. I think of living as I look at Lunkocharon, Sakura, scattered yukata as they take my hand and we step through the forest, trotting on moss and fungi, slipping my fingers past lichen as I trail them across the bark of the trees. Lunkocharon takes me to a grove where fireflies burst with color in shades of amber, gold, pink, and rose, and I catch their lips in a kiss. Fireflies flickering past our cheeks, alighting on their pointed ears, tangling in their hair.
What I want, Tsubame-chan.
Yes, Shiro-sama?
I'm not a lily of luck, but I have learned recently that you're not doomed to end up being fucked and fucked over. In exchange for the fewest crumbs of affection's dust and Homer throws lust. Rather, I have 10 years left.
Nope.
I don't want to spend them the way I have been.
Lunkocharon's eyes shimmer and glitter and sparkle.
Is that a yes? Will you give me a chance?
I look down at them imperiously.
The insult asking to marry you.
Lunkocharon says nothing, but their eyes glint.
Oh.
That's gonna be... yeah, that's Hanashiro telling Lunkocharon to shut... Yeah. Lunkocharon gave a look of being worthy of being told to shut up.
Kiss me.
Demanding. Haven't you heard you have to be polite to your betters?
Lunkocharon makes a show of looking around.
I don't see any Shiro-sama.
I chase them across the grove as they light off through the forest, fireflies swarming after their waving twin tails, and I thank Shiragiku for the gift of them. Because even if she hadn't intended it, she couldn't have match-made us better if she'd tried, which I'm sure she didn't, or would have lied about, so whether or not she had a hand in us coming to adore each other, well, she'd take the credit where credit was due. And I owe you, Lunkocharon, for making me see there is a chance, however slim, that there's still some games on heavens unearthed that I could win. In the lights, however dim and dimming, of the swarms of fireflies in the night, with the gentle, crisp five-spice of ancient bark and twilight song of lunar lark, I look at the house overrun by garden, just the slightest illumination through the bathroom window from afar, and I feel, for once, that I could inhabit my body. That even if there's the kicking pound of flesh in my chest, the white rabbit in my seized heart settles in on his haunches, and then springs me into a rampant run, a race, a chase, for fun, from one prey to another one. 9, know him. Don't worry, I got I got my Latin at V, the one that's not a V. Oh God! All right, that's not gonna happen. I know who I was, but not who I've been, and it is since then, since him. I don't know anymore if I know who I've been.
Untranslated Japanese.
Yeah, unfortunately, I cannot read Japanese. But also getting that's part of the point, because the game is about communication and translation, so makes sense. Do you know Tsubame-chan? The White Rabbit. Have I told you? I let the White Rabbit make me his rose bride. He taught me about heaven's net. I saw heaven's door, and more, and more. I saw. I know who I am, but not who I was, nor who I've been.
I bet that's a translation of the previous thing that says heaven's net and says heaven's door and more and more.
Oh, You're right. You're absolutely right about that. Yeah, because you can see the... yeah, you're absolutely right. And also, all of the apostrophes have suddenly become monospaced.
Interesting.
Tsubame, how can you expect me to love you? How can you expect me not to love you? You who have been loyal and kind to a dime, been here in mine, sweeter than lime. You have tasted my cooking and declared it sublime. Will you eat this for me? Delicious! I blacked out last night. You said you wanted to try something different from what we usually do, so you tied me up, just with all the days to go, silken slow, and then you said you wanted to try something different. Different only now, with all these days to go? I thought you were going to stab me. I would have let you. I thought it would be the day you would cut me open and flay flesh from bone and make inside me yourself at home. Instead, you tenderhooked me, touching me the gentlest you neverest you wouldn't ever darest. I wouldn't. I couldn't. And I didn't. I wanted... this is gonna...
Okay. Tsubame, Lonkotron, them to, work their way into him just like, the White Rabbit.
Yeah. I believe this part is actually dialogue between the two. You want to read your part?
Tsubame, why do you want to touch me so kindly? Don't you want to cut me? Why?
I want to be kind.
Why?
You're being annoying.
I remember the moment you decided to be kind, caressed, God blessed, and then I blacked out. How do I say I love you when the only love I've known is where I expected to be hit and twisted and turned rotten and forgotten and burnt sugar and curdled milk and singed walnut and soiled silk? How do I say I'm sorry? I don't remember what I know you meant. Heaven sent, heaven word. How do I say I'm sorry without giving up who I am to you? Because I mean it this time. I'm sorry. I don't remember you sometimes. That I don't know who you are all of a sudden. Sometimes, frequently, because I might know I don't, but I don't remember. I don't remember, but I know. I know how the days will go, and I know, too, that you will try to save... Yeah, you will try to save me. The one you want so much. The one you want and see unimaginable worth. More than split starshine or heavenly yoke. More than the most precious of pearl, the fairest of folk. You will try to keep me from ascending sublime. And in time we will know if it was enough. Until then, I will love you without words, without being certain, because to be certain is to say what I said to him, who struck me on a whim, fucked me on a whim, fucked me up inside him, who made me complicit to say I did it, I wanted it too, so that I couldn't point it to him and say, you, because it was me, too. How am I supposed to say I love you after that? How am I supposed to know what it means? Form it in my mouth instead of a fucking cum stain on the sheets when things go south. I'll cook for you. He and I, we didn't eat together. He ate with Shiragiku, who never knew and still doesn't. And I ate with Shirayori, who had eyes only for Shirohana, when he wasn't fucking me in his sheets, pleading for me not to tell anyone. It's just for fun. Pleading for me not to tell her, when he and Shirohana fell in petal love. And I, the mute dove, was left with him, but never eating with him. Never eating. So that's why it's so important that Hanashiro is able to cook for Lunkocharon, because that's something that's just theirs.
Yeah.
When I eat with you, it's new. It's feeding. It's caring. When we fucked after you sucked that noodle from my hand and we fell off the bed because you pushed and shoved because you wanted to be on top this time, you wanted to ride, but I like it better when I get to fuck you into you, shoving you down into my sheets, which I picked, and which are quite sleek, but a little slippery like silk always is. So we both fell down and tumbled and buried ourselves in the nightstand, and I hit my head on yours, and it was terrible, but hilarious. How stupid we made each other. How stupid you make me to want to feed, to want to care for you in the ways that you care for me. Like buying me living things for the room. That fish of yours, those Marimo. Yes, I know. I noticed more and more appearing after you caught me holding on to one of them, gently rolling it in my hands. You said that You said no being mean to Marimo-chan, or else you'll bust in and say, what is going on? And I kissed you and put the Marimo back in her home. And before I had known, there were more of them to own. No being mean to them.
I love both of them so much.
They are so good. I like them a lot. They have, what really makes this story connect is how well the two of them play off of each other.
Yeah.
And how you can really genuinely feel like that they both have this desire for each other that they can't really put into words. And they struggle not just to express it, but also to express it verbally, but also to express
you can
it
feel the
physically
moments
with one
where
another.
it just
And that's
pauses and they don't have anything they can do.
yeah, exactly. Oh, it's
Longtime.
And I believe this one is you. Gotta have some of my stream liquid. Lungkocharon, shall we eat together? The two of us, birds of a feather, nine-tailed
Shall
fox
we
and
dine
Nekomata
together, whatever the weather? Forever and ever?
Oh, I'm not gonna read out the.
Yeah?
It's a script now.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Are you asking me to marry you?
I'm not
I'm awake,
asking
you
to
know.
say no. I don't
Ask
know.
me.
Don't you want to ask me?
You fucking bastard. Ask
I won't
me.
ask you if you're going to be a bitch.
I swear
Will
I'm
you
going
marry
to
me, Bob?
throttle you.
Shall we die together, feather to feather, until the sun sets forever, until the merry weaving weather rains soccer upon us, as though Ochitsubaki will never dawn on us? Will you marry me?
I don't need to know much Japanese to know what Hanashiro just called.
Actually, it's like monster cat. It's just like a supernatural cat. That's an E.
Wait, but is that an E or an A?
That's
Because
an A,
isn't
right?
that Bake
Yeah,
Neko?
true, Bake.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
thought
just read
Baka,
that as E just because my mind's used to it.
Oh, okay.
Wordplay.
No, Bakeneko, yeah. Yeah, that would be something else. No, just will you marry me, you dumb cat?
This is nowhere near the worst way they've asked each other to do anything.
Oh, it's cute. Oh. Who is this going to be talking here? This is going to be...
Presumably Hanashiro.
Is this... Oh, yeah, this is probably Hanashiro again.
As though it will make a difference when I can't promise it.
I want you to make me believe there is a life for me. There is a future. I want you to make me believe it when I've known I've never had a home. I've never with someone who's known and never even needed to forgive me for who I was. Someone who's learned my tongue. Someone who knows. Even if we are only married for 7 months, I want it. I hope... No, I think... It's been 9 years since then, since when we ran through the Firefly Forest, the Hotaru Mori, and I think... Mother Emperor, I know you have known me. I know what you think I deserve. I've spent an eternity trying to earn it, my way back into your regard, my way back home. Because the loss of your love was a mirror shard through my heart I'd never unown. But this, long with Tsubame Lungkocharon, has made me 9 tails and someone else. Something else. 9 tails and someone else. I lost someone, and that someone was me. I lost someone, and that someone was me. But I became someone else. Someone that could marry. Do I know for certain if that's enough? No. But I think it is.
Well, that was fucking good.
Yo!
That's it.
And that's the end. Oh, wow.
Good end, I guess. Maybe.
What
it's
a
good
fucking
end, 'cause
game.
That's what they think it is, right? That's enough.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Damn.
That was a fucking ride.
That was so
Oh, yeah.
fucking such cool writing.
Oh my gosh. Oh my. We talked about it back in the demo episode, but the person who wrote this game is a translator, and it's purposely written to play with those differences of meaning. There are 2 other versions of the game, and playing it with the other versions sort of kind of changes. Like there's the Japanese one and then the Japanese translation version.
Yeah, and it would have to be because just the nature of it would change how you understand the characters and how you feel about that, right? You can't communicate that.
Oh yeah. And purposely there's so many tiny things written in that would be so difficult if not impossible to translate. All of the little wordplay, all of the little rhyming and poetic turns of phrase.
One of the things I noticed that was interesting is the pronouns and gendered words used to describe people is never consistent at any time.
No.
And I feel like that's going to be another thing that's different in translation.
Also, concerning Japanese,
absolutely.
They'll also
I remember the game
be referring to themselves gender-wise, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and that's gonna. Oh man. I kind of want to hear what someone who does speak both languages fluently thinks of the writing of this game, because I would be super curious to have an educated perspective on the writing on this, because obviously I don't speak Japanese. I know bits and bobs, but that's just because I'm an anime nerd, right? That I'm not going to pretend to know any more than that.
We've just encountered words while watching our animes and reading our fan fiction.
Exactly. See, exactly. You understand. Anyway, Reina, thank you so much for suggesting that we play this game, because this turned out to be quite an amazing,
wonderful. I still
amazing
can't believe
time.
a couple hundred people have maybe played it max.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's criminal that this went as under the radar as it did. I highly encourage you to go. We've left a link in the description, obviously, as we do for all games like this. Please, if this interests you at all, go check it out, read it for yourself, take the time to mull over the words on your own, and support the author of this, because this is phenomenal. They also have a bunch of other writing up on their itch page that we haven't, that we're obviously not going through here. So if you enjoy this, there is more to see. And I believe, and from my cursory glance, they also have nonfiction writing and stuff as well. So I highly encourage you to go check that out, because this was a delight of a game to play. Reina, we're at the very end of the series. Would you like to tell the people again one last time where they can find you on the internet?
Currently playing Umineko with a friend, Doomsday, and we're also occasionally stream other stuff like fighting games and other JVNs and whatnot. I have not been doing that recently, but even so, if I don't end up doing that, there's a playthrough of Sakonia and Fatamoru and some other one-shots on my channel. The links will be down below, because SK and Vivian are cool, and they'll handle that.
Of course we will. We're nothing if not professional.
We have a professional stream fluid. How many other people do you know who have stream fluid?
Right? None. Only I have the stream. I ran out of one of them. I ran out of the water. And now I've got...
You spoiled the mystery!
Okay, which one do I have? So I've got 2 others left here. I told you I was triple fisting the stream fluid.
Wait, does that imply you have 3 hands?
That I have what? Oh god, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Maybe more.
I mean, as far as you know. There's no way to be sure.
Anyway, I
all right,
really love
Reina,
this
thank
game.
you again
also,
so much for
there's
this.
Just something about it, Hanashiro and Katron managing to be happy despite everything. The material concerns haven't changed at all. It's just they're able to deal with it together, right? And by themselves.
Yeah. And obviously, we didn't have time to go through every tiny bit of
even
the
with not everything
themes of
being
this game, but
everything being good, they can be happy. And there's something about that.
If someone doesn't send me fan art of Lun Kocheron
They better be
and
stabbing each
Hanashiro
other
together,
or something.
well, then I'll have to. Yeah, they're probably just stabbing each other. Come to think of it, it's probably just the two of them eye fucking each other while they have
the
knives out.
You need cover.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. No subtext there. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, thanks
All
everyone
right.
for joining us.
I think we're done. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you
Thank
again,
you.
Reina, for suggesting this game and encouraging us to play it together. Please follow Reina on Twitch, on their YouTube channel. Reina does great stuff, and we're always happy to have you on here. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.